Hey
Yay!
everyone.
Hello. Good morning. Morning,
Yes,
right?
it is morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What is time?
Uh, I slept so bad last night. Yeah, barely got any sleep. So today's puzzle is gonna be
Oh
fun.
no.
You can watch me just like fail to remember how to type.
I feel like that was me yesterday, so that's
It
great.
happens. Like I had that
Okay.
on, was it day 3 or something, where I just like my brain just totally shut down.
Yes.
But today we are on day 6. So let's have a look. All right, lanternfish. The seafloor is getting steeper. Maybe the sleigh keys got carried this way. A massive school of glowing lanternfish swims past. They must spawn quickly to reach such large numbers, maybe exponentially quickly. That is never a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Exponential growth. You should model their growth rate to be sure. Although you know nothing about the specific species of lanternfish, you make some guesses about their attributes. Surely each lanternfish creates a new lanternfish once every 7 days. So they're asexually reproducing lanternfish. I remember reading about, is it lanternfish or anglerfish, where they reproduce by the males are actually really tiny, and the females are the ones which have the big like lanterns on their head, and the male bites onto the side of the female lanternfish and gets absorbed. Yeah,
What?
yeah. I
What kind of war shit is that?
do I have to look this up now?
No.
Oh, this is not. That's a different thing. Okay, lanternfish are not the same as anglerfish. Okay, so
it's
these.
a safe for work stream, please.
Yeah. How do they do lanternfish asexually reproduce? Then? Oh, not to be confused with anglerfish, which have lanterns on their forehead. Anyway, moving swiftly on. However, this process isn't necessarily synchronized between every lanternfish. One lanternfish might have 2 days left until it creates another lanternfish through some as yet undisclosed means. While another might have 4. So you can model each fish as a single number that represents the number of days until it creates a new lanternfish. Furthermore, you reason that a new lanternfish would surely need slightly longer before it's capable of producing more lanternfish. 2 more days for its first cycle. So suppose we have lanternfish with a timer of 3, then it goes 2, 1, 0, and then flips back to 8 and creates a new lanternfish with a timer of 8. Sorry, flips back to 6 and creates a new one with a timer of 8. Okay. New lanternfish creates a new fish. A lanternfish that creates a new fish resets its timer to 6, not 7, because 0 is included. So 0 to 6 inclusive. New lanternfish starts with 8, does not start counting down until the next day. Alright, realizing what you're trying to do, the submarine automatically produces a list of the ages of several hundred nearby lanternfish. That's many fish. Your puzzle input. For example, suppose you were given the following list. This means the first fish has an internal timer of 3, then 4, then 3, then 1, then 2, so on. Okay, so it's a simulation. Every day you run a step of the simulation. You decrement all of the ages. If any of the ages falls below 0, or was 0 at the start, then you create a new lanternfish and you go forward. In this example, after 18 days, there are 26 days. After 80 days, there would be many, many, many. How many lanternfish would be after 80 days? Okay, so how this thing tends to work in Advent of Code is, as soon as you see this, that it's growing exponentially, you start to worry. Because what the person who writes these tends to do is give you a puzzle which seems like, okay, yeah, we can solve this. We can have a vector of these numbers, and we decrement all the numbers and then create any new lanternfish. And that might work for up to 80 days, but my guess is the part 2 is going to be exactly the same as part 1, but instead of 80, it's going to be like 8,000 or something. And if it's exponential growth, then storing all of these numbers after 8,000 days is going to be intractable. Like, it's not gonna happen. Halo Corn, how's it going?
Yes.
So usually there's a simple way of doing it, which is, as I just said, store all of these in a vector, decrement, create new ones. And then there's a smart way to do it, which will actually work for the larger number of days. So I think the smart way to do it here is you don't need to store every fish. You only need to store the count of fish for any given timer value. So we have a counter for the fish of who have 0 days left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yeah.
So those counters, I feel like in some programs are also called buckets. Do you think the author of Advent of Code was thinking about fish buckets?
Fish buckets, yeah.
Anyway.
Alright. You ready to go, Josh?
I'm ready.
All
Good
right.
luck, and I'll see you midway through, hopefully.
Yep. Alright. Muted myself. Cut Josh.
Only.
Alright, let's get going. Okay, so I set up my day. Let's initialize our input. I wrote a handy string split helper thing. Don't look at the code, it's awful. But this should just make it a lot easier to take this and say our fish is, let's hash include, oops, dot split into integers, input on comma, and this will just give me a vector of all of the integers, so I don't have to do the horrible stuff that I was doing before. This is much nicer. I like this already. I'm happy. Okay, so then we have an array of probably std uint 64t. I don't know how big these things are going to get, of size 9, because we need 7 days worth of buckets plus 2 for the new lanternfish, which are created with the higher value. And we'll call them buckets, like Josh said. So we're going to need hash include array. And then we're going to, for auto fish in fish, then buckets fish plus plus. Just increment all the buckets, and then we're going to run the simulation. So we could do auto parse buckets, which will take our iStream and return buckets equals parse buckets, oops, of our input. Like I said, we'll not be able to type today. Split once might come in handy. With a vector, you can even be lazier implementing the state change. Anyway, what we're going to do is we've got the buckets, and then we're going to run the simulation for auto I equals 0, I is less than 80, plus I. 80 times we're going to run the simulation, and we run the simulation by aging all of the fish. So all of the ones which were 0 become 9, all the ones which were 1 become 0. This is a std rotate. Okay, so the std rotate is like a thing in the C++ community, because Sean Parent, one of the speaker who speaks at a lot of the conferences, has this thing where he quite often shows this like algorithm which looks quite complicated and saying, oh, this is just a std rotate followed by a std rotate over here. This one is literally just std rotate though. There's no magic going on here. So it's just gonna need ranges. Std ranges, whoops, rotate, or is that in, I think that's an algorithm. Std ranges rotate, rotate the buckets. The new start of the bucket is going to be buckets dot begin plus 1, and then once we've rotated, we just set buckets So this is going to rotate our 0 counted fish back to 9, which is correct because we're creating that many fish, and then we're just going to copy that that value. So buckets 6 equals buckets 8. And then we just return std accumulate buckets dot begin buckets dot end. Is right? I don't know. Let's try it. There might be, yeah. Let's see what happens. Day 6, run. Oh, accumulate is in numeric. What's going on here? Oh, it's my split thing failing. Can I convert from iStream to iStream buff iterator? How did I do this? I thought I tested this, but maybe I didn't. I tested it with a string, but not a... Is iStream buff iterator in iStream buff iterator? Is that an iterator or IOMAN IP or something? It's an iterator. Pain. Can I convert from iStream to iStream buff iterator? Why not? Anyone see what's wrong with this? Let's just look up iStream to string. Pretty sure this is what I had. Const. Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay, and my accumulate needs initial value. It should use sum by default. Okay. That's not correct, is it? So what am I doing wrong? Oh, plus equals. But that should make the number bigger, right? Not smaller. So it's still not correct. Am I using std rotate right? I can't remember. So currently, buckets is not correct. How can we initialize this? I can never remember. The most difficult things in the world, initializing C++ variables. Yes, that's correct. Okay. And then let's just step forward to make sure that looks legit. give it a shot. 5934, that is right. Okay, get puzzle input. Many numbers. Input. Paste it in. Run. And got answer pretty quickly. We did it! Yay! Hey Ash, we're done with part 1. Ah, I was right.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
It's fantastic. Okay, great. We're almost done. We're like implementing the stepping function now.
All right, cool.
But you're saying part 2 is indeed like exponentially more.
Yeah, it's just exactly the same, but with 256 instead of 80. So, like, if I just save this and run it, I'll probably get the answer in the time that we're talking.
Oh, amazing.
Oh no, I didn't. I overflowed something. I guess I need ULL here.
All right, I'm going to like continue stepping. If you're like done like in the next like 5 minutes, do you want to like join my stream?
Yeah, I just got it. We're done.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Hold on, I'll screen share. We're like not far off. It's kind of cool like how the bucket solution pretty much just straight up worked.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna very quickly clean this up a little bit.
Okay, I'm screen sharing. We spend a little bit of time like creating a fancy structure, like making it look nice with good methods. Oh, muting myself until you're here.
Yeah. Was this right? Alright, let's go join Yosh. I'll fix that in a bit.
Hey.
Yeah, MetaRoboter, your U64 is enough. You don't need any more than that. Alright, so how are you doing, Josh? Does Rust not have a array rotate?
Maybe it does. I mean, I haven't like checked, so let's check. Do we have array rotate? No. Okay. Do we have it on slice? Because I was thinking of it, but I didn't know if we had it. Would be on. Would be on slice, right? Slice. Rotate. Rotate left. Sick. Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
Right. So let's take a look. A.rotate left 2. Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay, hold on. We're going to redo this. Self.buckets.rotate left Wait, what does mid mean?
Mid is presumably the point which is now going to become
Oh, okay.
the beginning. So you want mid to be 1.
Okay. And then we do self dot buckets 8 self dot buckets times 8 times 2. That would be it.
No, so you're rotating your buckets, right? So the ones which were in 0 are now going to be 8.
Yes.
So that's creating the new ones, but then your old ones don't want to be timer 8. Your old ones want to be timer 6.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Oh, wait, hold on. Reading this.
Hey, Walter.
So, oh, hey, Walter's also in my chat. Hey, Walter. So what do we have here? 3, 2, 1, 0. Wait. That
You just want to
1.
add the 8 bucket into the 6 bucket. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
Because your
Wait,
8 bucket.
do we still multiply or not?
No. Because your 8 bucket now contains the correct number of new fish.
Oh, I see.
So you just need to make sure that you put the fish
like
into
that.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. I see. That makes sense. Cool. For in 0080, let's see if we're like off by 1 on this one. We say buckets dot step day.
Yep.
And then buckets count fish. Let's run this unit test right here. Okay, that worked.
Nice.
Let's take it with the input. Run. So day 611 parse int error kind empty.
Did you paste your input into?
No, I didn't.
That would explain.
That will do it. Yes. There we go. Perfect. 10 out of 10. Error value. Invalid digit. Well, we can DBG it. No, hold on. We can DBG that. Let's see what it is failing on. And people are saying, please use trim. And they're like, right. Yes.
You've got a new line at the end.
Yeah, we can trim that, I believe. Panic that not yet implemented. That's good because that's our second run.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Output 1. Let's take a look. Submit. Yay, 1 gold star.
Nice.
256 days. Yeah, cool. Let's take this, copy and paste that into our parse 2. So that's 256. 256. Step day count fish. Run test. Oh, hold on. I forgot that we're missing a little variable there. Gonna move this function right under our first function. Let's run this again. Oh, or let's run this test. Yay, both tests pass.
Yay.
Which means we can now run this. Yay.
Big
Submit.
number.
Ta-da, done. Yay.
Nice.
That was a fun one.
Yeah. That's
25
pretty good.
minutes. 20 minutes. That was great. Yay.
You know, kill your screen share so that I can get us back on my stream.
Yeah. Or we can look at your solution first, and then we can... No, I'll stop screen share though.
Cool. Yeah. I'll push mine to GitHub so you can have a look.
Yes. I'm really curious.
Let's just stage all this. All right, pushed.
Yay. Let's take a look. Did you end up using the string split?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
It was much nicer than the old method I used of doing the split and then having to parse it by hand and everything. Yeah, this is much nicer. The solution looks pretty nice, I think. It's pretty much exactly the same as the Rust one, to be honest. Just like
it's really funny to me that line 9 says autofish. Someone who doesn't write C++. Oh, cool. Okay, so you split your string into fish, then you create 9 buckets, and then for fish and fish, buckets F++. Wait, what the? Huh? Oh, I see. That the plus increments the bucket count.
Yep.
I see. Walter says, friend of the turbofish, I presume. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and then I just do a rotate and a addition, and then an accumulation at the end, and we're done.
Oh, yeah, perfect. And then you have your part 1, your part 2, and your main function. Yeah, that's perfect. How much different was this?
Not very different from your solution, to be honest.
About the same. Yeah, I guess the main difference is I create like an object-oriented thing where I had like a structure named buckets rather than like inline. But like our main logic, the rotate left and then the increment the buckets by the other thing, that's exactly the same. Amazing. Yay.
Cool. Well, that was a shorter one.